touch. Yo, I told you, you can't touch this. Fuck is Yo, sound the bell, school's in, you can't touch this. Give me a song or rhythm, make no sweat, that's what I'm giving them now. They know, they talk about the hell, they talk about show this house. And tight, singles are sweat so fast, I'm a white or tape. Two words, what's gonna do it nice, good charts. Legit, even work hard, you might as well quit. That's the word, because you can't touch this. Can't touch this. Break it down.
Let's go. Let's go. Pause that, brother. What's going on, people?
What's going on, everybody?
As well. I'm calling this one. We're doing this one in VC today. I want to call these VC ones underground rammers, particularly because it allows us to talk about things that I don't really want out there on Twitter now.
A little bit. Community discussion between.
It's a little private underground session for my Pet Hooligan and the holders, because there are some subjects I want to touch on today that I don't really want out there right now for various reasons. In fact, we've been banned from it, but we can discuss that now. So, good session plan for you. Actually, I think I actually want to cover a lot. I want to cover a bit about state of the market, tokens, game, website, K-Gold Shop, and Zuckbot. So let's get straight into it. So one thing I do want to say is we've got a hard stop today. Got an hour, so we're going to have to stop at 2:50. We've got another session with Boo Butcher of Rug Radio at 3. So I want to definitely get a bit of time to catch a bit of air. So even if we're mid-sentence, I'm going to have to stop, a hard stop today. And can't recall, did we have a rammer last week, or was it?
We did.
We did. It was last week, right? All right, well, let's get straight to business.
Did we have rammer and
probably, more than likely. I think it was.
Guys, it all blurs into one mesh.
I know what's going on these days. Yeah. All right, cool. So, I mean, let's get into it. Firstly, I want to talk about state of the market. Always a bit of an elephant in the room. NFT market's down, volumes are drying up, floor prices are down across the board, there's no secondary revenue. So a lot of projects are probably not buying their own supplies anymore either. There was definitely, a lot of manipulation in the space, and, there still is, and it kind of starts to show, even like
totally.
A lot of the farmers are not there right now. So, I want us all to remember that everything, we've built together. We've built organically together as a community. And, we've to this day been one of the strongest communities and gaming projects in the space. So that's a testament to everything we're doing together. There's always going to be, this was always kind of going to be inevitable to some degree. I don't expect that some of these so-called blue chips are ever going to get close to where they previously were. However, we've built differently from the start, focusing on utility and products, and the one factor that will be a driving force in the space, which is gaming. From pretty much our very first words, and ever since we did AME, we were very clear about what we were hoping to achieve and why, because, we ultimately did always feel that PFPs are good. Being part of a community is, important too. But ultimately, you need something to actually drive a use case for the technology. And without that, what is you need? How is it beneficial? So we're really kind of product focused first. So what does that mean today? Well, basically, it means that we are today one of the most anticipated games and real projects out there, with a real focus on utility. It means everything we've been building is coming to a point where it can all come to fruition. It means that whilst everyone's now scrambling for mini games or games for one last gasp of hype, we're in a completely different position and further along than most. We've got some real strong IP and a game that can actually be a real contender in and outside of the space, which is important. And others are seeing that. We've never slowed down. We've never allowed the pressure to destabilize us. We've always kept moving forward, regardless, hype or no hype, regardless of where the market's at, where volume at. It does not matter. We continue. And that shows because, there's people, whose radar we were not on, that we're getting on right now. Yeah. That, are big people out there in the industry. So, this is a testament to anybody, even in personal life, business, or what. If you believe in something, just throw everything you've got at it and keep going. Despite what's happening.
Tunnel vision a little bit, yeah.
tunnel vision. You have to have a ton of resilience. You have to be able to deal with, ups and downs. But it's really important because you never know when it's going to pay off. And someone posted on Twitter, I think it was probably Jonah Blake or somebody, they said, overnight success takes 10 years. Now, that's completely true. A lot of times you might not hear about something till it's blown up.
So
but
true.
a lot of the times they've spent 10 years to get there. I'm not saying it's going to cost us 10 years to get there. We need to definitely be a bit quicker than that. But it's a testament to actually grinding and delivering and ensuring that you are a contender and putting everything behind what you truly believe in you want to achieve. Every single one of you who's a holder, you've all stood firm with us for a long time. I want you to understand that the next 3 to 6 months are going to be when we really start to stand our ground and put out for the people and actually show what we're doing to the world. You've been with us this long. And I want us all to kind of remain strong together. Now, these are testing times in many ways, but they're also one of the most important times for us to really show strength too, going into our next milestones. This is what people look for. This is what partners look for, investors, exchanges, when they're looking to list tokens. They look at what's the community like, what's the vibe, how positive is it, how much engagement's going on, what's going on. And, we know that we collectively, with you all, are some of the most legit, good people in the space. Are all united under a similar vision and want to see success. Our success is coming, and we've worked too hard for this, and will not be deterred by where this market's at. We don't, ultimately, we don't really give a shit what's happening to blue chips or what another project's doing or these doing, that doing. I said it on the last live stream, we are for the community as a whole. We want generally everything to grow, but we need to really focus on what we can do and achieve the best that we can achieve.
In order to create
and
that.
Other projects, we can do what they're doing, but they can't do what we're doing. They're not in the same position we're at with our products and games. These are all kind of what we often see in the space is really kind of quick gimmicks to generate a little bit of hype cycle and then back down. We've never really been those kind of people, and I understand that sometimes we can benefit from that, but at the same time we really need to stay razor focused on our vision. Right now there's probably less than 10,000 active wallets trading NFTs right now. When you look at that in comparison to the gaming market, there's probably around 3 billion active gamers in the world. And yeah, I know MPH isn't just a gaming project, but damn sure we're going to want to tap into as many of those 3 billion gamers as possible. And, we can together, and we've got one of the best chances ever too. We truly believe we've got one of the best chances out here to really make an impact. Yeah, we're not a shooter that looks like Call of Duty. We don't want to be. We don't have to be. We're not trying to go up against Activision or Fortnite. We're trying to carve our own spot out in the space and have our own identity. And that's really important with any brand and product. It's what is your identity? We're not trying to be a carbon copy of something else. No. And again, we've come so far, and we can only go further from here. Fuck the hype, fuck the bullshit. We're going to make our own lanes and march down them with pure intent and integrity. We've always been the underdog, and look at where we're at right now. Look at the products. MPH, we've always said, has been a different animal, and that often scares people. So we're going to continue to scare people with relentless delivery. Yes, we've got ambitious goals and probably trying to do too much at points, but it's because we have to push ourselves to achieve the best we can. And, we're ultimately very grateful we can do this together. That's my opening few lines.
There you go.
I don't know if you want to say anything, Wes, on that.
That was a hell of an opening, man. I agree with the sentiment entirely. You're good, man.
Yeah. All right. Cool. So there's my opening. So let's get to it. I'm always listening. I'm always watching. I'm always reading comments. I'm always getting DMs, and I often kind of sometimes get a sense around sentiment around certain things. So I just kind of want to touch on a couple of things here, particularly around kind of partnership and investment. So, and this is just general kind of, knowledge. I want to really kind of help everybody understand certain constructs here. So often in the space, for some reason, particularly in our space, VCs and investors are seen as scary people who take over and control projects. That's not really the case in reality.
Certainly hasn't been the case for us.
And definitely not been the case with us. And anyone, we've got involved in is actually a real value add, and has actually been really kind of positive in helping us grow and get to where we really need to be. And none of them actually want any control. They just actually want to help. We're not selling a huge stake in the company or anything. Anything we're doing to bring in investment is strategic and to ultimately help aid the continuing development of the game and brand globally. If it's not value add and it doesn't help us in any other way, shape, or form, then money it's not actually worthwhile. Like we want to really grow this thing globally. We want to ensure that we've got the runway to develop everything we want to develop and give it a real push. With marketing, resources, and everything. Because again, we believe we've got a real contender, and so do others too. And just kind of touching on partnerships, I want to touch a little bit on the kind of partnership with Amazon Prime Gaming. I know it's not formally announced yet, and you'll always kind of get naysayers, and we've had to deal with people from the start like that. Between Amazon Prime Gaming and Epic, they've got around 300 million gamers. Our deal with Amazon is a promotional deal for the first 12 months of release of the game. This isn't anybody can get listed on Amazon Prime Gaming. This isn't that kind of thing. They're here to help us promote our audience with our help as well, with incentives that draw users in. It's not just here you go, list the game and be done with it. The last game that got a similar deal to us, in 6 months they onboarded 1 million users, and that game's nowhere near on the level of what we're doing. So things can get real very quickly. And we were speaking to a project the other day, another big gaming project in the space, and one of the individuals there was kind of one of the original drivers over at Amazon Prime Gaming, and he said, "Listen, you guys are probably going to be one of the biggest games out of the gate as soon as you release on there, because it is a powerful platform, and we do want to hit it with Steam." So as part of what we're doing with kind of partners and investors and stuff that we're doing in the background is really kind of positioning ourselves for not only distribution but to also hit various global markets, and that's some of the reason why we're in with some guilds as well, because they have a ton of players there. We don't, if you really want to break things down, we don't, and we do want to be a success in the West, but nobody needs to just be a success in the West to be successful. There's billions of gamers worldwide. So, we're making sure we've got partners in Asia, Latin America, Middle East, actually all over. So we give our product and brand the best possible chance of success. And so there's a lot of work that goes on in the background that you don't see. And, whilst we're also kind of doing our best to be as transparent and available as possible, whilst, essentially also building in public this whole time, it's a lot of work, but we've given it absolutely everything we've got, because we believe in ensuring that we deliver against our goals and actually being true to our word and delivering for the community. That's massively important for us, and we see like other people and other projects really kind of struggling to kind of maintain and that resilience, because the market we're in is actually difficult. There's a lot of pressure. There's a lot. Every single one of you who's a holder, is an investor, right?
Absolutely.
So we are very adamant that we need to look after you all and ensure that we deliver against everything we want to deliver, and that's the utmost priority to us. Shout out to Hulu Media, actually, because Hulu Media put together a video the other day, and it kind of showed progress over the year from where we kind of initially started with some of the behind the scenes, and where we're at now. So like our trajectory, our kind of dedication, our transparency, and our ability to keep communicating and putting stuff out there has actually not changed since we started. Like it's not gone weaker. It's only got better.
Louder.
I think, yeah, and that's a testament to everybody here who's also kind of pushing us, and pushing us for answers, pushing us for transparency, and pushing us to become better versions of ourselves all the time. I'm going to pause for a sec there. I probably said a lot, and I hope some of this really kind of resonated with you all. I want to now kind of talk about the kind of tokens. So the last time we spoke, I gathered a lot of feedback around tokens from you all, like token allocations, lockups, governance, community sale. All's collecting and everything's under review. We mentioned that we just recently were onboarded by Fenwick and West. They're one of the top legal firms. I'm actually going to say they are the top legal firms in the space.
I think they
and they are fucking amazing, by the way. I actually got a lot of love and respect for these guys. They really know their stuff.
They've been fucking crushing it.
What you notice in this space is like as you're growing, as you've got a real viable product, every kind of man and his dog and the companies coming at you
approach you.
saying, we can help you with this, we can help you with tokenomics,
We
we
can
can
get
do
you on
this,
this
we're the
thing,
experts
yeah.
at this. Like, and a lot of times they're a load of BS. But these guys are the freaking real deal, honestly, and I'm so glad we were onboarded by with them. And it's not, you can't reach out to these guys and say, we want to work with you. It doesn't work like that. They only work off referrals from people they know and people who can vouch for you. So, we're really glad with that. These guys are responsible for helping 1inch, Arbitrum, Audius, GRT, Mythical Games, Nia, Scopely, Solana, Tron, Yuga with ApeCoin and more. Like, we're in the best possible hands right now. And we're working through everything with them. So everything that we do, everything that we discuss, every feedback that we get, it has to now go through a process with them as well to ensure that, we can do certain things. And they're very strict on what we can and can't publicly say. I do a lot of my best thinking at night, so unfortunately, it just keeps me up. So a lot of my creative thinking, a lot of thinking, a lot of ideas. Like I'm always at my best when I'm lying in bed trying to go to sleep for some reason. It's probably the same for a lot of people. And like I was thinking, I had a lot of wars early on with like people, with like naysayers. Oh yeah, there was this guy, I can't remember what he was called. He had some like weird projects at the time. Like, I often get triggered too easily by Twitter comments. I'm like, yeah, these guys, are they going to be able to build a game? And this was early on, like, what they're going to do. Even some influencers, and like, look at the hell where we are today. Like, we've got one of the most exciting, we're one of the most furthest along in this space, and we've got one of the best freaking products and IP out there. Like, come on. Like, I'm glad that every single one of you believed in us and showed your faith and trust in us and are still here with us to this day.
We're grateful for it.
And that, that respect and love for you all and that loyalty goes both ways.
It does. It really does.
And every time you guys tweet, talk about us, defend us against people who are literally engagement farming or trolling is really meaningful. Like, this is not just us and you. This is us collectively. Like, we are as ingrained and embedded and as loyal to you guys as you are to us. And that's how I feel about this all the time. That's why, we feel real pressure, and because we've essentially set up our stall in this space. So we have to deliver for you all in this space. Simple as. And like sometimes I see like founders of projects, almost kind of creating, this narrative around Web3 communities after raising, millions of dollars, promising things, and then saying, oh yeah, people, these communities are toxic. Oh, my community is toxic. Yeah. I need a break from this. Sometimes, dude, if you're gonna get in the shower, you're gonna get wet. You're gonna jump in the fire. You're gonna get going into this. Exactly. So it's like you have to stay resilient. You have to stay strong, and thankfully everybody is here. And it's a great feeling.
We appreciate you all for it.
Anytime somebody comes into the studio, sees us, they're like, you guys are just having so much fun. It's because despite how difficult building a game is, we really have fun people. We have a fun team, and we have people who are really kind of passionate about it. And that's what's got us.
And similarly to these people and this amazing game team of artists and technicals and everything, devs, they like similarly have been in this for this last year and a half, just head down grinding this out. So it's definitely been a series of ongoing sort of like hardships and battles, but we're fucking doing it. Like,
doing it, man. Yeah. This is a real deal, and like this is like as entrepreneurs, as startups, as businesses, like you rarely. It's like we've got a hit coming our way, and it's like it's hard to get a hit sometimes, and it's like we've got everything there to have a real good hit. And like not everybody has that opportunity, so we're super grateful. All right, cool.
Hey,
where am I?
I'll have some more questions here at the end, but just one came up about when we were talking about Amazon. When we launch with the Amazon, will the game will be free to play then, and what will the starter hooligan look like?
what will start Hooligan? I think is it going to be the pink naked bunny?
Not necessarily. We've got a couple different design ideas out there for that right now.
Get closer to the mic.
Happy to, yeah.
All right, go on, talk about it.
We got a couple different things, a couple different design concepts for the static hooligans. Ultimately, we want that. Creatively speaking, we always want to make sure that the OG hooligans can really stand out. You want to be able to spot an OG in the game. Right?
This guy's
that's an OG. You know what I mean? So yeah, we've got a couple basic body types and as far as like kind of like texture types and such. We still, I just me speaking here, I think that we still have we've got some decision making still to make sure that our static player or like our free to play player still is compelling. But also, like obviously, guys, the whole point is we want to be able to point you guys out and be like, yeah, the OGs look badass.
Yeah.
So that's kind of the way that we're thinking about it.
If anybody's, it's an open session, right? If anybody's got any ideas around that or feel passionate about something rather than something else,
like a big target on every
big target, yeah, exactly. Like, just talk to us, man. We're looking to we're looking for your advice as well and feedback. So definitely jump in.
And yes, free to play still.
Yeah, most definitely. And I want to kind of jump into the game right now, actually. So, in terms of game, obviously you've seen some of the new skating stuff's looking amazing. Like Carl just been all over it.
Carl went deep on
he's gone like I was talking to him yesterday. I goes like, how many tricks have you got now? He goes, well, we've got 8. We've got 10 grabs. I'm like, that's just a grab. So like 10 grabs.
Built Tony Hawk's Pro Skater.
That's just grabs, and then he's got like a ton of tricks.
Yeah, like Kevin got grinding in and like all
grinding's in there. Yeah. It's pretty cool, actually. So
also skateboarding is now the fastest way to get around the map. So it's become an integral part.
It's based on momentum. It's based on the roads as well. So if you're going downhill, it'll go faster, whereas previously it didn't. So they've actually really delved into it. Like Carl said he's started playing SSX again just to like learn from it again. He said he really enjoyed it when he was in college or something, and him in his dorm room, geezer. So it's interesting. So yeah, everything's still on track with that. What kind of wanted to talk about it. So everything's still on track. It was going to be community only, and I think that's where we're currently at the moment. But what I want to kind of do is open the room a bit. Is what else do you want from this release, and what are you expecting? Do you want us to open it up later? Do you want to just keep it closed till we're ready for the next iteration, maybe version 2.0? What is it that you're expecting, and kind of what can we do to either meet some of those expectations or do something kind of fun around it for you all as well? Like anything you want in terms of kind of competitions or whatnot. I want you all, or any of you who, and Alex, look at the chat as well. I want to kind of get some of your ideas and feedback as well. Could you plug this in, please?
Yeah, I got you.
Just plugging my charger in. All right, so nobody wants anything from this, which is fine. But
go ahead.
Go on, Alex.
Alrighty.
No, nothing.
I had just a kind of personal thought the other day, but what if we we start with just our holders for this next version, and then maybe like after a month or two, we can select 8 other communities, and then have our factions be like a bracket, host a tournament bracket, and then the 8 community bracket, and then kind of hold the tournament.
Okay, interesting. That's a good shout, actually. So I think what we could do is if we get this 1.5 out, get some initial feedback from the gang over the course of the first couple of weeks, get that back to the game devs, give them a bit of time to incorporate some of that feedback, and then ship out another version that we can then include others in and set up some form of functional competitive play there as well.
Yes. Yeah.
And I'd be disappointed if we don't absolutely destroy everybody.
Yeah, seriously. And then also we need to be regularly making sure those tournaments are just on.
Yeah, exactly. Like, that's what we want to do. All right, good stuff. So, anything else? Like anything you guys have got any ideas around? Just kind of raise in the chat, and we'll collate that stuff. 6967, how you doing, player?
Yo.
I've not spoken to you for a while.
How you doing, buddy?
Sorry.
Doing well, my man. Been going through some personal stuff recently, but about this game, I will say, having seen a bit behind the scenes and talked to the devs on 6 days ago last time, I will say that I did like the idea that Aix gave about the tournament with the factions. Just need to make sure that I believe there will be enough content, like already in the 1.5, like there surely is enough content to make it work, but need to also optimize the performance. The last time I talked with Kevin and Carl, like we have kind of two missions right now, and one is continuing to add in the content and making the game more valuable in that sense, but at the same time there's huge optimization to be done, and they're doing both simultaneously right now. So I believe that the version the version that we will get will be really good, but for tournaments obviously like standards need to always be very high when you take in other communities especially.
Yes.
Good stuff.
Yes.
All right, perfect. Okay, good stuff. Well obviously, Beta, we trust you and your team to ensure that you're continually pressing on that stuff and testing and delivering that feedback. So good shout, dude. All right, good stuff. Well, I hope everything's going better in your personal life, dude.
Yeah, man.
We'll check
in with you, man. Yeah, I love you, buddy.
Yeah, you don't sound your usual self. 6967.
It's I'll be honest, it's just love issues. It be like that.
Oh man, heartbreak.
It's the worst, man.
Yeah, we've been there. I've been there, man. At once.
Yeah.
I've been there once.
Multiple times.
Wes have been there multiple times. You grow after the first one. First one's always a little bit difficult, dude. I don't know if it's your first one. After the first one, I became too ruthless, man.
We can talk about it offline.
Yeah, we'll talk about it. It's all right. All right. Any dating advice as well, please provide.
Yeah. Keep an eye out for any dating advice for all of us.
I became too ruthless after the first time, unfortunately. It's not aided me well since. All right, cool. All right, what else? Website, West. Spitball about what we're doing with the website.
Yeah, no, we've got. All right, so we've actually got a bunch of changes that we're kind of updating.
Oh yeah, one sec before Wes says that is like just a question here. So when you kind of go on our website right now, Auto plays a little video with some gameplay. I kind of suggesting that we put out a video called We Are MPH the other day on Twitter, which was really cool. I'm actually suggesting we put that on instead, which covers not just gameplay stuff. We put a bit more gameplay in it, but it covers a lot more than just the gameplay.
Yeah.
With the PFPs, with the actual avatar piloting, with some of the cinematic stuff.
Yeah. And I agree with you, by the way. It's a much better. If you intercut the gameplay with it, it's a much better show.
Yeah, but we know some of your feedback's been coming through. We're going to start working through some of that as well. Yeah. I know West, you've also been working on the K Gold shop.
Yeah, and big guys, by the way, big shout out to Aix and Elvex for hopping and helping us out get the last little pieces, just kind of figure out, making sure that all our thinking is straight in the K Gold shop. So we're probably maybe a few days away. I know I've said that before, but we want to make sure. We want to actually make sure that everything's working. And now since we're taking and shipping information, we're just making sure that everything is safe and working correctly. So
yeah, good stuff.
I'm feeling pretty good about that. But Aix and Elvex, thanks very, very much, guys, for that. And then also, as far as the site's concerned, we've been taking in your guys' feedback and finally getting to making those updates and just getting things a little more dialed in. We were happy with the V1, but that was just a V1. So now it's time to kind of ratchet it back up and keep dialing it in. Got a bunch of notes also from Have Some. Big shout out to you, buddy. Thank you. And saying 6967, you've given me a ton of really useful feedback along with the rest of you guys. So yeah, we've still got a lot of stuff. We're just kind of getting through piece by piece.
Yeah, good stuff. All right, so expect some more to do with that, and expect us to have to step up a new website for some of the token related stuff.
That's right.
Stuff when the new paper's ready as
also
well.
Also, a new AMGI site.
New AMGI site, complete refresh of everything. So yeah, we'll continue working through that feedback. Yo, what up, Boo? We're with Boo Butcher in just under half an hour for another session. You're gonna get the two of us, Boo. So looking forward to that. I hope you're excited. What else do we want to cover? I think that was it. I think the other thing that I wanted to cover is Zuckbot. So just do some final testing on that. We're waiting for one. We've got an interesting call coming up in relation to Zuckbot. So we're just waiting on an outcome of that.
We can't say specifically kind of
we can never fucking say anything. I don't like it.
Exactly.
I don't like it. But we got something happening in the next few days that will determine something that will then kind of feed back to you all.
Yes,
but
exactly.
Something. But yeah, it's never out of our minds, and
yeah, just so you guys know,
it's a really important piece of what we're doing.
There's a reason that we're kind of sitting on it for a sec. We will be getting.
We just want to make sure everything's really solid around it, because we do definitely have the activation still coming. We had a lot of fun with it, and we want to get that fun.
Also had a bunch of new story meetings on the continuation of the saga and bringing all of the context of our content and our stories, and also what will then eventually happen in the film into one context. And that actually is going to involve all of you. So just so you guys know, I've got a document on my desk right now.
Oh
yeah, I've got a
talk to me.
I've got a printout that Kevin gave me. It's every community member that's currently in the feature script, and the amount of screen time, or like kind of like lines and stuff like that.
Yeah. so let's get more.
And by the way, guys, so this is something where I would actually kind of like to create an activation, a little bit more of a system around it, because we do have big plans for additional, essentially for additional episodes and a series that we will be doing in conjunction with this film.
Yeah.
And that's something that we are going to be including all of you in. So
let's go.
Yeah, it's kind of a stroke at the moment, but we've got.
I always wanted to be a movie star, man. I always wanted to be like Stallone, man. Big muscled up dude.
What's the arm wrestling?
Over the Top.
Over the Top.
Has anybody in here ever seen a movie? None of these guys have, called Over the Top with Stallone in it, and it's about arm wrestling. Has anybody seen that, or is it just me? We've got it on DVD if anyone wants to borrow it.
Of course, you got it on
DVD. If anyone wants to borrow it, let me know. It had a great soundtrack as well, you know. It had a great soundtrack.
Hold on. Over the Top soundtrack.
Sammy Hagar did the lead song. It's crazy, man. All right, anyways, no more talk about Over the Top. Last thing, there was something else I wanted to touch on. Oh, yeah, so quite a few community members hit us up in the DMs about this Imaginary Ones minigame, which is, I've had a quick play on it, the one where you kind of drive a car and collect coins. Press the space bar. Huh? So the suggestion was, like, can we do something like that? Yeah, absolutely we can. Basically, we absolutely can. And, you know, I think it's a really good tool if used correctly for user acquisition. And it probably could be a good tool for a carrot token sync, and actually, you know, a mass minting exercise as well. So we took the feedback. We can do it. We don't want to detract anybody in the crew right now from doing what we're trying to do with the rabbit hole.
Yeah, the main
you know, it will take a bit of time to do it, but we've got a bit of an idea. So let's see what we can do.
I'm not going to pitch you guys on the idea at the moment, but we've been workshopping a little something. I've got a couple whiteboards full.
But nothing. I know we're doing a ton already, but it's not going to be anything that's going to take us away from what we're doing.
No.
If we do something. You know, we're gonna probably draw in a little bit of additional help.
I've got the Easter egg I'll drop at this point. Is that, we got some ideas for a mini game of using stuff that we've already built that we feel very strong about. So I'm gonna
anyway. If we do something like that, I think the idea is good. I think it kind of helps with energy. I think it draws people in. I think it could be a good sync as well.
Yeah,
so definitely. You know, definitely down with doing something, but not a completely different beast. Like, you know, essentially with some of these mini games, a lot of the time it's just like demo code that you can reskin. You know, if we do something, it's got to be well within our lore. You know, we've got to make sure it's pretty solid too. So, you know, let's see what we can do in that space. Definitely take that feedback on. I think that's everything that I wanted to talk about today. I kind of enjoyed the session, even though it's just been me talking, because there's a lot I wanted to say, and I think that I've said most.
He's also really stoked because he got an Over the Top reference in there.
Over the Top reference.
Can I ask a question regarding next gens?
Next gens? Oh, the shoes, yeah, of course.
Yeah, I was wondering, are you guys like endorsing them, or it's more like a partner project?
Not at all, not at all. It was a simple, like a simple bit of a collab. They offered some sneakers for the My Pet Hooligan community. In fact, they've been in the My Pet Hooligan community for a while. So they offered a collab, like often other projects do.
Yep.
And they said, you know, we've got a pair of these sneakers for the community, and you know, we just essentially did a giveaway for it. That's it. Do you have any questions about it? I can definitely get in touch with them if you do.
Oh yeah, that's it. I just wanted to know like what it was about. I was a bit confused about it. But you answered my
so that's
question.
essentially it. I mean, we get a lot of collaboration requests. Maybe it's just me because I'm like a fan of hip hop, but I quite like that. I've seen the shoes. I quite liked them. I think they're great quality. And if there was an offer on for the community, we'll take it. So I quite enjoyed that one. I think another thing with
the piece was fun too.
Another thing with us is like we like making cool content.
Yeah.
So like with that, it was like okay, cool. We're not really down with doing collabs mainly on our main MPH site, and we don't
come off like we're shilling another.
Yeah, not at all. But for us, it was like more so like actually we could make some cool content.
Yeah, cool content and a bit of comedy. So yeah, sorry if it was unclear.
Sorry if you ate in all you eat. Not our intention, but making cool content. Collaborating with cool people, and they are a cool team, and I hope they achieve everything they're trying to achieve. Yeah, man, that's what we're about. Our door's always open. So if something good comes to the table, we will take a look at it if it can offer some value back to the community, which I hope it can. But yeah, if there's other opportunities with them to actually, bring some of the digital collectibles into our marketplace with the game, then we can look at that too. Good stuff. Are you a fan of the stuff, babe?
What did you say?
Are you a fan of their stuff?
Yeah, I've been in the server a few times. Pretty cool what they're doing. But
good stuff, man. Well, let's. I hope you entered the draw. We need to run that draw as well. So hopefully you'll win.
I appreciate it.
Good stuff, sir. All right, I think we are coming to an end. I might get off 10 minutes early here. Any kind of final questions? If not, we've got to get ready for our next.
Yo, I got a question, boss man. It's Crypto Jamming here.
Let's go. Let's go.
I've
seen many videos from you for a while, sir. We need to see more of that stuff.
Your boy been kicking it, chilling, but he's man. I've been waiting on that easy, safe access from the ledger. All my hoolies in there sleeping, waiting to break out and make some content, boss man. What's up with that?
That's with the IMI, yeah. All right, let me get a timeline on that. I know it's part of their pipeline. For sure.
Just some type of idea, just so I could get an idea, But man, every day I got some random.
Wait a minute. Ideas, I'm just wondering if there's you can delegate now as well. So let me see if there's any kind of like interim solutions for that as well.
Yeah, let me know, boss. Let me know, because I definitely want to content out there.
Go for it, sir. Sorry, go for it.
Yes, sir. So a little two-parter. One of my questions a little out of left field. I'm just curious and wondering when and how are we gonna be able to obtain those cards, man? I've been trying to have a poker night and kind of shield the project with the rest of the gang,
All right. Okay. Cool. So two ways. Open to. We promised every single holder can get one. So that's a promise we're going to fulfill. We're waiting on the next batch to be printed. However, we've still got a handful here. So since you asked, DM me your address.
Oh, say less, boss man. Thank you. And then 2-part right here.
But we will make some available on the K Gold Store as well.
Yeah, most definitely. Yeah. That's on there.
1,000%. I know I ain't the only one trying to get the hands on them.
All right, so what's going to happen, unfortunately, is I'm going to get a ton of DMs, but I'll try and as many as we've got.
Hey guys,
we might only have like 5 left. I'll get them out. I've even the one I've got at home, I'll send out.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
Now hold those down. Those are the first gen. Y'all gotta hold those down. Those are gonna be worth $10,000 one day.
Hopefully.
No, but part 2, I've been trying to do this since the first beta for the holders. We need to make some type of announcement with like a poll to like get as many holders that are like willing to like download and get in the game as possible, and just like go hooly, just create all types of content, just get all types of content with like
together
in there. Yeah, some videos, some images. Yeah, man, I think that's gonna look super sick.
All right, let's do that. I'm 100% down with that. I mean, in fact, it'd be good to host a little competition, like who can make the best shot, who can make the best like minute shot in the game together. As in, it has to be a team, and then we can do a little team. I'm down with that, bro. 100% down with that.
Yeah, for sure. Sounds good, boss. That's all I had.
Thank you, sir. All right, well, definitely DM me, and if anybody else heard that, and DM me. I think we've got a few sets left, so I'll get out as many as we can. Even I'm willing to donate my own, which I've not opened, and so is Wes.
Yep, 1,000%.
There we go.
Open mind, but I'll give
right.
them all the same.
Well, any final questions?
Yeah.
Yes, LB, what's going on?
Hey, real
Look,
quick.
it's not a complete session unless you speak, so I'm happy. I've been wondering why you've been so quiet today.
I know. I'm sorry. Oh, it's actually on the topic of the cards. The boxes that you were supposed to give out to some community members on
Yes.
Twitter. I don't know if that raffle was ever pulled, and if
it's been
you did
pulled,
pick
and I can
winners.
tell you who won. I mean, Eggs, can you tell us
Clearly
who
not
won?
me.
Yeah, I can.
Man, I ain't even
Crypto
trying to jump in, but I recall that if my things got voted enough, I'd get one of them boxes, and I think they were.
All right. all right. Okay, cool. Right, tell us who won, and then we'll take it from there. Eggs.
The ones who guessed right were Crypto Melt, Sativa, and Webby.
All right. However, since you asked LB, I'm gonna look after you.
Yeah, we got you. We got you. Yeah.
And if Crypto Jamming is true to his word,
Yeah,
and that's exactly what happened.
Hey man, I got receipts. I'll pull them.
All right. Crypto Jamming, pull the receipts, yeah, and then we'll get you started.
I'm gonna slide into your DMs now, Sky Harbor. Thank you.
That's fine. And anybody else listening, just let's just do it, man.
Guys,
Let's just do it.
hit us up. We'll get you.
Yeah, I mean, it got to be fair, right? All right, good stuff. Okay, if we're able to, I would please like to be dismissed now, so I can get a bit of water. To get ready for Blue. Go for it.
Will all our hoodies be in the 1.5? I can't remember if I asked that last week. It was definitely on my mind.
Yes.
Okay, perfect.
So that was one of the things that
I figured
sorting out right now. Yeah, have to be.
That was a blocker. Okay, cool.
All right.
I'm gonna fire off a few more questions at you right fast.
All right, go for it, Iggs. Nothing too difficult, please. Joke.
Any plans to make the Hooligan PFPs animated?
I saw that idea.
Actually, yeah, that's actually fine. So I had a discussion. I've had a few discussions with Colin and with Mr. Sweetness.
Greg, sorry, Greg. Right. Yeah, go for it.
So we've had a couple different discussions about that. So it's not high on the priority list at the moment, but that is something that's been kicked around. We would like to do so, but yeah, we don't have a timeline.
What does it take to do that? Do you know
what's bringing our animations into? We'd have to re-render, so it'd take a little bit, but it's totally doable. But it's just once we get 1.5 out, we'll have.
It'd be cool, yeah. I mean, because Steve's has also been talking about this. Like, if you got a skateboard, it'd be cool if they jumped on the board.
Totally agree.
All right, so it's possible. Just might be take a bit of time.
Yeah, it's a nice to have right now, guys. It's not a must have as we're in kind of head down delivery mode. But
all right, if that's what you want, keep pushing for it. All right, so go for it, Iggs.
Do hoverboards have the same animations and tricks that normal skateboards do?
Do we want them to? But they're hoverboards, so they should be slightly different.
Yeah.
And then,
hoverboards are not in yet, but they are going to go in.
Yeah,
but, I mean, although they're similar to a skateboard, it needs to be slightly different.
I mean, come on, it's a hoverboard.
Exactly, it's a hoverboard. It's not going to be on the ground for starters. Yeah, go for it.
What's the total estimate budget for the MPH game?
Total estimate budget. That's a difficult question that I can't answer because I'm not involved in any financial forecasting here.
A lot.
West's answer is a lot. Unfortunately, I'm not the chief financial officer, but I can. $1 billion. There you go. $1 billion. Not as much as GTA, unfortunately, but if I can get an answer on that, I'll try.
Yeah.
And then it was the same one for Interloop. What's the estimated budget for Interloop?
Bro, Interloop's gonna. Interloop is gonna. It will basically spawn off the success of the game.
Yeah.
And it's gonna be massively.
And the modules that we're
and the modules we're building
right?
together.
And then same guys also just said a little more context on Interloop. It's the same thing with our various pieces of tech and the verticals that we're building out. The way we're starting to rethink, just like different activations around the token. Interloop is a much longer term and more elaborate, series of build outs that we've already started.
Yeah.
That will also include open standards and collaboration.
It's not necessarily going to be a completely separate budget. What essentially is going to build upon stuff we've already built.
Yeah.
with the rabbit hole basically. So it'll be an additional piece, but not a lot of the budget that will initially go into the rabbit hole will support what's going on in that.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, so I don't know who's got the soundboard. I like it, by the way.
Yeah, it's great.
It was a bit of a cop out. I'm sorry, but I actually don't have the answer. I don't want to say anything either. But yeah, I mean, I guess a lot of money. So I think previously we said we definitely spent probably double of what the kind of mint and secondaries brought in so far.
Yeah, for sure.
So if you can calculate that, that'll give you a general, view of.
Guys, this is not an inexpensive endeavor.
Yeah, it's not at all. It's not at all.
And then last question for you is: any plans to make the Hooligram app more user-friendly, adding functionality such as linking directly to streaming services? And then, it would be nice for users that don't have Apple device to use IMI.
1,000.
I can say that in terms of the Apple device, we are. I think Colin said it last time. We are working on something that doesn't require you to have any device apart from Hooligram. So that's one start. And in terms of linkage into to other, making it easy to kind of link, I'll have to check in on that. But yeah, definitely we should do.
I can say that the answer is yes. The answer is absolutely yes.
Wes's answer is yes.
Yeah, they need to be in there. So
exactly. So if something needs to be done, then it needs to be done. Yeah, if that's a request, then that's what.
Yeah, and these are doing a lot. These are the tools that are actually, I think, going to end up yielding us quite a bit in the long run. So it absolutely needs that.
And one of the things is a lot of these tools we want to get out to the world, essentially kind of Hooligram is token gated right now.
Yeah,
it's hooligan holders. You need to have an iPhone. Not everybody in the world has a freaking iPhone.
No.
I don't even have an iPhone. In fact, I have, but it's super old. So we're almost kind of like restricting where this can go, and especially I think Hooligram could be really kind of popular and IMI in the Asian region in particular, Southeast Asia as well.
Big move.
Most individuals there have now got iPhones. They're on Android.
Not that I know that we're 250 right now. Not that I can't go too deep on at this moment, but big rethink on IMI going down right now as well. It's a lot of positive stuff. I'm happy to see it happening.
Yeah, all right. We need to tell Tony Robbins to pull out some more bread.
Big Tony.
Big Tony. It's good to have Big Tony on your side, isn't it?
It really is. Yeah, no, I feel like
he's actually very, very
part of the rethink that's occurring.
Yeah, all right. Okay, I think that's it. I'm sorry, but we did say hard finish, and that time has come now. All right, we've got in 10 minutes. We're jumping on with Boo. It's probably going to be a bit more of a chilled out session than this. So look out for us on Spaces in 10 minutes time. And then I think the next Spaces is next Thursday with Non-Fungible Arcade. So we're looking forward to that. I'll let you know if we're going to have a ramen next week. I don't know if we are at this stage, but I'll let you know if we need to throw one out there. But yeah, onwards and upwards, man. We're just gonna crack on.
Guys, as always, just thank you all so much. Love you all so much. Appreciate you being on this journey with us. Seriously, we appreciate you guys immensely. Thank you.
Yeah, peace.
Fair game for life.
Let's go.
Oh my life.